guys, and welcome back for another episode of Yoga Anywhere. Today I'm joining you from beautiful Chattanooga, Tennessee, where I've got sort of this really weird retro purple couch behind me, but I thought it would make a fun backdrop for today's mini practice that we're going to be doing. And today's practice is for the feet. So I think oftentimes we think about how we have to stretch our big muscles, like we need to stretch our quads and our hamstrings and our glutes and the muscles in our arms and our necks, etc., etc. There's so many different things we think about stretching, but we don't often think about how important our feet are. But our feet actually have so many different little bones and muscles and ligaments in them, and they are really what helps us stand. They ground us. And I don't know if anyone who's watching has broken a toe or anything like that before, but it's actually so horrible because so much of your stability is based on each of your toes, and without the functionality of one of them, it's really difficult to walk normally. I remember when I was pretty young, maybe like 11 or 12, I broke my pinky toe, and I was amazed that this tiny little part of my body made such a difference in my everyday activities. So obviously accidents happen, but we want to try and keep our feet as healthy as possible. So we're going to go through a couple of short exercises to just work on the feet, stretch them out, give them a little bit of love. So all you need is somewhere where you can sit comfortably, and you don't even need a yoga mat if you don't have one. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to start by grabbing one of our feet. So I'm going to start with my right foot, and we're just going to bring it somewhere where it's kind of comfortable and where we can access it with our hand. And then what we're going to do is we're going to just start putting our fingers in between our toes. So wiggle a finger in in between each of your toes, and then just start holding on to your foot, and then just start massaging it around. And so what this does is it separates all of the toes, which you really want to have that mobility in your feet to be able to actually spread them apart. Some people have an easier time spreading their toes than others, and it's really important that we do actually separate them, and then just bringing some mobility into it. And then from here, you can use your thumb, it's probably hard to see, use your thumb kind of just like this, and just start digging it into the bottom of your foot. So just massaging into that arch of your foot. If you wear high heels or really flat shoes or anything that's not kind of like a comfortable shoe or a runner or a Birkenstock or something that's like designed to support your feet properly, you probably have really tight in between your toes and then tight arches as well. It's just really getting in there for a couple more breaths here. For 3, for 2, and for 1. Really good. Releasing out of that, releasing your foot. Maybe just like wiggling your toes a little bit, just seeing how they feel compared to the other side. All right, and then grab your other foot. Just beginning to put your right hand in between each of your left toes. Noticing which toes is the hardest to get in between. I find for me, it is my second and third toe that's kind of the hardest. Once you've got that, just starting to wiggle the foot around. Creating some movement. Really good. And then as you're ready, bringing that thumb into the arch, keeping your fingers in between your toes. Just beginning to massage in there. Really good. Breathing here for 3, for 2, and for 1. Releasing out and just giving those little toes a wiggle. You should feel some good sensation in there, and just like kind of like somebody invaded the space in between them, which is kind of exactly what we did. But now you'll see that they're probably a lot easier to spread, which is actually what we want. So that's a good thing to do, every day when you get home from work, to just help your feet kind of relax from wearing shoes all day. All right, so the next exercise we're going to do, we're going to come on to all fours. And what we're going to do is we're going to tuck our toes under, bringing your big toes together. And then make sure that your pinky toes are just out and on their own here. Sometimes they like to kind of hide underneath the toe that's beside them. And then just allow yourself to sink back. And if this is too much sensation for you, you can definitely keep your hands down and just allow your weight to come back as it's comfortable for you or as it's possible. And so we'll just be here for a couple of moments. It kind of takes a moment before you start feeling the sensation, and then you feel the sensation and you're like, oh my gosh, I wish that would stop. So it's kind of something that we want to hold for just a little while, and just easing out of it with your body weight as need be. You don't have to like sink heavy right on your feet the entire time or right off the get-go. Nice deep inhales and exhales. Really good. Breathing for 3, for 2, and 1. Releasing down out of it, untucking the toes, and then just patting out the feet a little bit. It's kind of silly, but this actually feels so good after something like that. And so we're going to repeat that once more. So once again, big toes touching, release the pinky toes out. Bring your ankles as close together as possible. Mine don't quite touch, and that's okay. But just kind of having that activation in the feet. And then breathing here. And for me, the second time around, I feel that sensation a lot faster, but I also feel like I can sink a little bit more into it. So just observing whatever's going on for you with your feet today. Breathing for 3, for 2, and 1. Untucking the toes, patting them out a little bit, and then just noticing how you feel. So from here, we're going to move into one more exercise. We're just going to bring our big toes together, and we're just going to sit back. And all we're going to do from here is just rock back a little bit. And just rocking back till you start to feel some sensation through the front side of your foot, maybe into your ankles, maybe into your calves, and just breathing through it here. We're not looking for pain. We're not looking for like a big stretch. It should be, subtle sensation that's definitely there, but that you can still breathe through. Really good. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release. Coming out of it, coming onto all fours, just untucking and tucking the toes. Just sort of like feeling your feet right now. Maybe doing some ankle circles. And just observing sort of how you feel in this moment. So that is everything for today's foot practice. I hope that your feet feel good. If you're still feeling like maybe there's some tightness or some tension, you can go through all of that over again. And this is the type of thing that's great if you can do it in the morning and an evening, or just in the evening when you get home from work and take off your shoes. And the more you do it, the less sensation you'll feel. So the first time that I tucked my toes under and sat my way back, I was like, holy hell, I think I'm gonna die right now. And now I do it pretty regularly. It's a regular part of my practice. And I've noticed that my feet are just a lot more open, which is what we want. So take care of your feet and they'll love you in return. As always, thank you so much for joining me, and namaste.